actually. I can't.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to surprise Kate. Look, we've gone live and she's just turning off the mobile phone, making sure that nobody phones her during the program. That is what live's all about. We make sure that we catch our artists right at the beginning of the show. Hey, everybody. How you doing? It's AJ from One Live. How's everybody? Look, everybody. Sunday evening, we've got the amazing Kate Russell in the house. How are we doing, Kate?
Great, AJ, and thank you so much for having me on your show.
You're very welcome. It's Sundays is normally my bed day, but seeing you're such a special artist, I thought, you know what? I'll get out of bed and we'll have an evening with Kate Russell rather than me watching the TV, which I normally do on a Sunday. Us artists do like to relax away from music sometimes.
Well, I think that's important to regroup and recharge. Definitely, yes.
Definitely. Sunday's a regroup and recharge day for all of us artists. I think it's a down tools day and relax, especially after Friday and Saturday night gig. Have you had a busy week? Have you been out gigging this week?
Yeah, it's been busy lately. I just came back from a recording session yesterday, and I was playing drums all day. And so you can imagine, after coming back from that, I just sat down and had something to eat, and I was out.
No, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. So is drumming... hang on a minute. I'm confused. You've got a beautiful voice, by the way. I've been listening to your tracks before we come on air tonight. So was drumming your first thing growing up? Did you play the drums?
No, I started as a vocalist and a piano player.
Oh, piano. Okay.
My grandmother was the one who was the instigator to this whole idea by... she'd come over and she'd teach me to harmonize, and she'd play the piano and teach me things on the piano. And then I took lessons, and then one thing led to another. And like we all do, get the Jones to be in a band. And in my teens, then I was playing with this guy that had this group out in the western suburbs area. And so we went and played this club. And the funny thing was that you don't even think about what you're doing at the time. But we'd be playing, and then one week there was a few people around, not that crowded. Then the next week it was people around the block, and I'm going, what's going on? I started to realize, hey, this is fun. This could really be something that's worth doing. So,
You're not from America. You're not from America, are you? You're Australian born?
I am. Yes.
Okay, I can tell it in your accent.
Yes.
Whereabouts in Australia was you born?
I was born in Cronulla, which is a surfing town, actually. It's called, in Aboriginal speak, it means a place of the pink shells. And it was a town where there were surf breaks everywhere, and you could find waves along beaches 7 miles long. It was really a beautiful place to grow up.
Beautiful. Yeah. And we'll find out a bit more about your journey from Australia to America, to California, a bit later on in the show. But I just want to welcome everyone into the show. Welcome to One Life, everybody. We are here for the Daniels Music Association, and they have been absolutely fantastic. Over the last 3 weeks, we have brought them many artists, independent artists, and Daniel and Ken also come onto the show themselves. And graced us with their presence. We are here for one last week. I don't know where November's gone, Kate. It's gone really quick, hasn't it?
Oh, boy, has it. Now we're into Thanksgiving over here.
I know.
Yeah, someone said, oh, are you coming for Thanksgiving? And I went, oh, my God, it's already here.
It goes really quick, doesn't it? So, this month's gone really quick, everyone. We are on our last week with the Daniels Foundation. And it's been an absolutely fantastic month. We've had some amazing guests, amazing artists, and the music has absolutely been fantastic. It's been a real pleasure to support the Daniels Foundation this month. But we do have a week left. So if you want to donate to the Daniels Foundation, please do so. Kate, are you aware of the Daniels Foundation?
No, this is new to me, but I'd love
to. I love it. I love it when it's new. So the Daniels Foundation come from New York. Daniel is a disabled artist. He, as part of his family, had a dream about being a musician and basically wanted to continue his music journey. Basically his dad and like family and friends set up an association for disabled people in New York and spread out throughout the world. They provide everything free of charge. They have a record label. They do a sort of yearly awards event for disabled artists. They come from everywhere around the world. And basically perform in New York. And it's absolutely fantastic. They provide music classes. They provide open mic nights. A lot of online material for people to join in online, all free of charge. And all of the artists just want one, message to the music world that they aren't disabled. Just call them by their name, call them by their music name. And basically see them as musicians. And, it's an absolute honor to be part of supporting them this month and also supporting them. I have dyslexia myself and I was able to put in for the awards this year. And it was amazing, just to know that disabled artists have got a platform for music and an ability to go into a recognized award and also to go into a record label and be able to continue their journey as musicians, whatever their disability is. Right. So that's fantastic, and that's what we do at One Life. We promote local and national charities who can give back to the community, but also from us as artists. I sort of said right at the beginning of One Life, the reason I had this massive drive to do One Life and do the singles that I do is because I remember Freddie Mercury and and sort of the work and George Michael with Band-Aid. That was my years as an 80s kid. So those concerts were like breathtaking, and to see the impact of musicians and what they could do to support people gave me the idea that, if I ever became a musician, that's what I wanted to do. And that's the journey that I took. And it's been fantastic since. And we have supported many charities throughout the last few months, and we will continue to do so, in terms of collaborating with each other or, getting charities involved monthly to promote them and support them in the way we do. So that's what we've been up to. That's the Daniels Association, and hopefully that gives you a bit of background. If you want to know a bit more, the link is below, and you can go on to the Daniels Foundation and find out more about what they do.
I think that's wonderful. What a great thing that is. Yeah,
it is. It's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So in terms of One Life, everybody, we've just got a bit of a congratulations to Tammy Dove, one of our One Life members, but the ISSA founder. Tammy has got an achievement, a lifetime achievement in music, and we are very proud of her as ISSA members, also One Life members. So congratulations. Sammy Savora also has got a Museboat Music Award being nominated for as well. And I know there's quite a few artists are going for the Museboat this year. And some of our artists from One Life team, have put themselves forward for that and been nominated for that. So congratulations to all of the artists who are going for any award over the last few months. I do keep seeing it posted on One Life, all the awards which are coming out, all the albums that are coming out, the Christmas singles which are coming out. Kate, any Christmas singles coming out this year?
I don't know. I don't think so. I'd like.
You're not a Christmassy person, are you?
Well, I can be, but it's just time. You're trying to get just the regular music, and then it comes to Christmas, and then you got the radio. People have to turn around, and then they've got to start promoting Christmas singles. I have a couple of songs I'd like to do, but I don't see me getting them out this year.
It's very crazy. We were doing one this year in terms of One Life, but unfortunately we sort of hit a couple of stumbling blocks as the two artists that we're going to be using unfortunately had releases in November, which they were doing. So time has taken us away. So the Make-A-Wish Foundation will be our charity for every December, and we will be doing a Christmas single. And I'm quite looking forward to it. It gives us a better time frame to try and plan because they do take a long time to put together. But I'm seeing lots of Christmas CDs and singles. And remember the Christmas party on the 19th for One Life. We will be having a Christmas party where we'll be playing all of your singles over the Christmas period for 5 hours on the 19th for Make-A-Wish Foundation as well. So that's a really cool night. I'm really looking forward to it. I've already got lots of music coming in from artists from One Life. Thank you very much for sending those in. That's absolutely fantastic. Really looking forward to playing all of your Christmas music. And there's some crazy ones coming through, but lots of fun. And that's what Christmas is all about.
Yeah.
So that's One Life. And now we are going to make sure Mrs. Kate Russell over there tells us all about her music journey and how she got into music and where her music journey started. So in terms of Kate, you know, you moved from Australia over to California, over in the USSA.
Yeah.
You have performed multiple times on multiple venues. Opened up for Leon Russell.
That's correct. A number of times. Yeah.
And audience at Brixton in Los Angeles. That must have been an amazing gig.
Oh, that particular club was right underneath the pier area on the beach. And so it was a subterranean club. And you'd go in there and it was all set up like a blues club inside with booths and, you know, the checkered floor.
Oh, wow.
It was just a gorgeous place. And there was that one, there was the Canyon Club and one other, the Coach House was sort of the three venues that you'd sort of go on these mini tours with artists and of note. And so I would do that and just have the best time. And we'd always put that together with a tour, and I'd be going up and down the California coast. What a great!
Oh, lovely! What an amazing place. So even Australia, moving from Australia to California, you know, you've been nominated recently also in American Top Hits in July. How did that go? Did you get very far through the rounds?
I did it for the charity. It's not really something I do, but they approached me and I said, look, I'm not into contests, you know, but I said, I'll do it just for a while. But I opted out because in the end, I felt it's more important that someone's like a very young up and coming artist should have an open field to, you know, be recognized. So I just took it to a certain level for the charity aspect and then hit the road.
Hit the road. Just let the youngsters get it through. There's some amazing artists around at the moment, isn't there? You know, what was your drive to move from Australia to California? Was it family-based, work-based?
It was because I wanted to study music. And so at the local conservatory, they said, look, if you want to study jazz, you're going to have to go to the US. And so I auditioned for some guys at a jazz clinic we had there. And one of the guys was called Hal Galper, and he said, you know, you're going to have to go to the US if you really want to progress. And he said, I think you should do that. So there was another professor from Indiana University, David Baker. So he sent me a letter with all the schools I should apply to. So I did. And then I got into Berkeley, so College of Music in Boston. So I found myself on a plane to Boston. And then my journey began. Yeah,
definitely. And then it found your way in music. Do you know the amount of people who travel over there? It's absolutely amazing. You know, we interview everybody from around the world, but you know, when we come to interviewing like people in America, you know, that's where the music world is, isn't it? You know, it's just where everyone dreams to be and playing in big venues. You must have played, you know, your bios sort of stated that you've played in Los Angeles. Where's your favorite place since you've been in America? Where's the place that's made you feel, wow, this is the place I wanted to be?
Well, there's lots of places. I've headlined a lot of festivals too. I guess just the California coast is my favorite, you know. I'm trying to think of, you know, I've played Nashville too, obviously, the CMA Fest. I've played that a number of times. Being in country music, that's kind of the festival to play. And now here's the story about the charity. So country music, I guess when it first started in my, you know, era, which was back quite some years ago, was more about, you know, beer and a pickup truck. And if you were a veteran and you could work that into your lyrics, that was even better. So they came along like the rock and roll queen with a fiddle going in the background. They're thinking to themselves, what are we going to do here? But surprisingly, you know, they came on board with it. So things worked out very well. But the thing was, I was not your traditional country person that rode a horse or drove a tractor. So you know what they did? So they said, okay, we're going to put you, my management team said, we're going to put you in a tractor race. And I said, well, how do you work that out? They said, well, it's for a charity. And I thought, this is not going to be good because I had never ridden a tractor in my life. So everyone else is whizzing around the turn, and yours truly is like about 3 laps back. And I thought, sorry, ASPCA, there's not going to be any money this time. So I came.
I've heard of monster trucks in the USA, but tractors, really? We've got Paul Jupe over here in the UK who went over to Atlanta, and he drives a tractor. So Paul, if you're listening, buddy, there's some competition over there in America that you can have a race. Tractors I've seen in the UK, they don't go past 3 miles an hour, so it has to be quite a journey.
And I just thought, I don't want to turn this thing over. So I decided to slow down. It was hilarious. And two, my radio promo guy, my manager, was standing in the crowd, and they're just looking at me like,
An introduction to Tennessee. Hey, my sister lives in that area, so I'm going to have to go over there and say to her, I need to go into one of these tractor races. It sounds great.
It was hilarious from my perspective. At the time, it was like, why are you guys doing this to me?
Sounds great. So I love memories like that. You have some great memories, and us as musicians, we do. We have great memories. Great places that we go to. Kate, do you know what? When I first heard of your music, it was very much. I didn't get your sort of take on music. It was country, it was jazz, it was soul. And when I've listened to your music tonight, it's like, oh wow. This is rocking. This is a rocking track for a Sunday evening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the audience listen to your music because they can get a flavor of your music, because we've got 2 types of music that you play. One very sort of heavy rock, like fast music, one bit of a slower one, the 2 that you sent in. So I'm going to play Dynamite first for our audience. Can you tell me a bit about that track and how that track came about?
This is interesting. The guy I work with up in LA, his name is Rich Mauser. He and I did a session the other day. That's when we did a drum session. So I joked with him. He said, so I remember Dynamite. And I said, yeah. I said, Dynamite was the Rich Mauser show on guitar. We just took this song and it just turned into this high-speed rail chase. I think somebody from, was it A&R Factory, said, it's like a spooky downtown rocket ride. And so
it's good.
Yeah,
good way to say about it.
It started with, he said to me, we don't have a 4 on the floor tune, like 4 on the floor. So I said, okay, well let's do it. So he comes up with this riff, and the whole thing just grew into this really fast rocking tune that was really fun. And then recently we had Ben Fong Torres, who's the founding managing editor of Rolling Stone. He played that song on his show, and he's been supporting the music for the last year or so. And he said, wow. I'm going to play a Dynamite. And he said, I want you to listen in. So I did. You know what he did? He put a huge bang, right at the front of the song. I said to Rich, I told him this the other day, I said, we didn't put that on there, did we? He went, no.
It just suddenly decided to blow up. Well, I hope you don't blow up my studio, Kate. We will play Dynamite now. And if you can hear the song, please let me know. If not, don't worry. The whole world's going to be listening to Dynamite this evening, okay? So just give us a smile and I'll let you know when the track's up, okay? But for everyone who's listening out there, this is Kate Russell and this is Dynamite.
Now you're playing the long game, waiting me out. But when you're not looking, it's in. No, it don't come easy, but it's worth the wait. Don't look before you leave. Just tell fate you're dynamite. You're dynamite. TNT got me out of a deep freeze. You're dynamite. You're dynamite. TNT got me on my knees. Whoa. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Woo. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Woo. 101, we placed our bets. I'm happy to say, ain't got no regrets. 5 years strong, and what do I hear? It's you coming in my front door. Get over here, you're dynamite. You're dynamite. TNT, knock me off my feet. You're dynamite. You're dynamite. Dynamite, got me out of my deep freeze. You're dynamite. You're dynamite. Dynamite, you got me on my knees. Woo. TNT. Making me sweat.
What a rocking song for a Sunday evening. Now, if that's not woke everybody up in the UK, that definitely woke me up.
Me too.
I love it. It's a really powerful song. Great vocals, really great vocals. And like I said, it's like working out your music is amazing because you've got so many great talents. And some of the, like in your bio, they're saying like a real good rocking feeling. So great music, Kate. Thank you for sending that one in.
Absolutely.
So, Kate, we were talking about, before we come on air, we were talking about the One Life journey in relation to local and national charities. And you've mentioned your tractor race, which is absolutely fantastic. And that was for a charity. You did sort of say that there wasn't many or a charity that you wanted to particularly mention on the show this evening. But I did tell you we've got a bit of a surprise. So everybody at One Life who has been watching the shows, everybody knows that this month for the Daniels Association, we are doing Artist Challenge. So this is where I collaborate our artists together in One Life. And if they choose to do the challenge, they get away scot-free without having to pay the Daniels Association a bit of a donation to their charity. So what we're doing this month is the collaboration is basically two artists put together to produce a track in 2025. No time frames on it because I know how busy we all are, but it has to be for a local or national charity. Great. And also, part of One Life. So it is something that we're doing with all of our artists, and everybody has taken on board this. And I have got an artist for you. And I'm going to sort of give you a little bit of an introduction to see if you can guess who it is. So he is a rock god. He is a guitarist, and he is part of the international singer-songwriters in a big way.
Okay.
Kind of one of Tammany Dove's right-hand men. So any clue who that may be?
Gosh, that could be anybody.
It could be anybody. I love doing this. I love doing this. I love doing this. I'm going to try and bring him to the stage. So, our mystery guest this evening, are you ready to get on stage, mister? I hope you're listening because you got your microphone switched off. I'm going to tell you to put it on in a minute. I'm going to tell him to switch his microphone off. So, that's the next clue. It is a him. I'll tell him that we're ready.
Okay.
Here he is. The mystery guest this evening for our Artist Challenge is the one, the only, Oermann Ahmed. Hey, man. How you doing, mate? How are we?
Hi, how are you guys?
Good. How are you? Nice to meet you, Imran.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be on Edges, the podcast.
You're very welcome. And it's a surprise for both of you because I hadn't put this together until later on this afternoon. I was going through Kate's bio, Imran, and everybody, including the magazines, and I don't know whether you heard Dynamite, but wow, what a track. You know, she is a bit of a rock god herself, I tell you. And I'm thinking, do you know what? I need another rock god to pair with Kate Russell to come up with the most amazing track in 2025 for a charity of your choice and rock together in a collaboration. So, Imran, I know you are a rock god, but I know you're busy, but I just hope you would take us up on this challenge. If not, you've got to forfeit and you've got to give some support to the Daniels Music Foundation. So, you know, that's what all the other artists are doing. So what have you been doing today, Imran? Have you been just playing the guitar all day?
Yeah, I was composing a short music. I was composing something like there was a riff which stuck in my mind for a very long time. And I was just trying to, trying to take it out and trying to put it in the, just try to connect with the music. And it's something like, it goes like this. So this is something I have been working for a very long time, and finally, like, I've laid the foundation. I've laid everything is done, and it's a surprise. And in fact, I have collaborated on this one with a band, which I'm going to disclose after a while. Not right now. It's too early to tell anything. So yeah, I'm always, associated with music.
You are. Have you had a busy few weeks? Has it been busy? Have you been out gigging, or I know you've been putting some songs together with your daughter. I saw that.
Yeah, I'll be working on my collaborations. Probably not gigging at this stage, but I'll be working on my collaboration. Plus, I have an EP which I'm working on. It's all Eastern classical and rock, and it's going to be out in 2025. I hope so. So this is something which I'm really, really working right now.
Fantastic. So, did you two know each other? Are you aware of each other's music?
No.
No.
Not at all.
It'd be a great challenge for you to get to know each other afterwards. Our One Life members do need, get to know each other, get to know each other's music. And that's what's good about the music world. Finding out about new artists, working on new tracks, getting to know each other. And I hope you two enjoy 2025, getting to know each other a bit about, the types of music that you do. But I think it'd been absolutely great collaboration, and I hope you don't mind me pulling together you two to sort of pair up for this little bit of a challenge for the Daniels Association. Imran, you've watched my shows, you're aware, that Daniels Association wanted to be a big part of Collaboration Month, and everybody working together, because that's really important as part of their association about working and collaborating together. So thank you, Imran, for your time. I really do appreciate pulling you away, all of a sudden to come onto the show this evening. But I will hook you up with Kate after the show, and hopefully something magical will come.
Yeah, definitely. We'll end up collaborating on a song. You never know.
That's right. Exactly.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the amazing Imran Ahmed, everybody. Take good care, buddy.
Thank you so much.
There you go.
Well, there's the surprise.
There's a surprise. There's a surprise. So Imran's amazing. He will do an amazing job with you. And
yes,
I think just as musicians, you must meet a lot of musicians in your music journey. So from when you started to where you are now.
Yeah.
Anyone famous?
Oh, many. It's interesting. That's what I always tell everybody, because I also was a college professor at one time. So I have the teaching thing going too. So I always say you've got to hang in there until, be the last man or woman standing, because you never know when that door will open, But in my case, I started when I was very young in Australia, and I was signed with Warner Brothers Music Publishing, and I had a producer, and I actually had another guy I was working with, and I really didn't like him very much. And I just thought to myself, this is really not quite what I had in mind. But I did get to play with a keyboard player, Alan Mansfield from Robert Palmer's band, and a guy called Richard Lush, who was a major producer for the UK. So, and I also met an engineer that worked with George Martin, who became a very dear friend, Michael Paul Stavro, which I don't think many people know of him, but he sort of came along later in the Beatles' career when he was working with George Martin. So I started out with that little group of, personalities, and that's, enough right there. And then I thought, well, it's time to go to the US. So I left it behind, and so I've stayed in touch with some of them. But I mean, I've been lucky. I've played with everybody from Dan Dugmore, from Linda Rodsted's the band, Bob Glaub, Stephen Hodges from Mavis Staples' band. He's a drummer. Let's see. Pat Buchanan was from Cameo. He's played with Faith Hill and a lot of, famous country singers. Gosh, there's loads of them. Glenn Duncan. Chris Lusinger was playing with Dobie Gray. There's David Hungate. Now, there's a story. I met David because we were both North Texas State alumni, and it's now called the University of North Texas. But at the time, he and I met through the Musicians Union, and I spoke to him on the phone. He said, my son plays drums, so if you want to do a session, we'd like to play. So I ended up playing with David and Noah Hungate. And then we had Chris Lusinger and Pat Buchanan. And then I also did some work with Clyde Brooks, who became a very dear friend, who was Dolly Parton's music director. So there's been all these amazing personalities, and I got to meet Steve Cropper. It's quite something. Yeah.
Certainly is. You've had certainly an amazing music journey. How about 2024? What's been your highlights this year?
2024 was sort of getting back into the swing. I'm going to be playing live shows again in San Diego. And I've started recording more again. I did some things on my own, like a piano piece with cello. That was kind of fun. And what else? I've been doing some teaching too, I like teaching handicapped children, interestingly enough. I have a few autistic children that I do teach from time to time, and some young kids. And I have two kids now. One's, I think, 10, and the other one's 15. And they just started, and I'm doing the accelerated progressive piano method with them. And he's learning Miles Davis, and he had a recital, and I played drums with him, just, brushes. He just aced it, So I'm doing my part in helping young people get a foothold and doing what I can there. Yeah.
Fantastic. It must be so rewarding, looking at the videos from the Daniels Association and the type of work that they do. There's nothing more rewarding, than supporting someone with a learning need to be able to enjoy the music the way we do. It's nothing more rewarding, in terms of doing it. It must be amazing.
It is. I think it's fantastic. So I think for me, when I decided to leave Australia, I also wanted to get a good music education, because the music industry is not an easy choice. I won't lie to anybody. You have to be very resilient to withstand a lot of the things you will go through. And I would tell anybody that wants to be a musician, you have to be able to stand rejection, because there's a lot of it. You know that yourself, AJ, because
it certainly is. Yeah, I've had my lots of rejection along my career, which is why I've gone on to podcasting. It was a lot easier than going through the music rejection. No, not really. I'll still produce singles one day when I've got the money to do so. But, it is a hard business, but it's the most enjoyable business out there. It's real. It's a lot of fun, and, you meet a lot of amazing people. you know, so I don't think I'd ever choose any other journey, you know, in terms of the music journey. I think I'll continue doing it until the day I decide not to, but
well, that's right.
It is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. How about sort of outside of music, you know, do you, apart from supporting disabled people and, you know, doing your music, do you ever have time for yourself? Do you actually do anything apart from music?
Oh, yeah. I'm an avid swimmer these days and hiker. I get to go, this spot I like to go to, it's called the Cross Trail. And you come up over the path and go down into the valley, and suddenly there's this mountainous expanse. You can just feel the energy. It's incredible. So I go there to decompress, you know, and just kind of chill out and hike around. And it's been good doing that. I think it really sort of recharges the batteries, which I think you have to do.
You have to in the music industry. You have to recharge your batteries, but also consider friends and family. Do you have friends and family as well out there with you?
Yeah, I have friends. I moved away from LA, so I'm sort of more in the desert now. I kind of left a few friends up there, but I see people from time to time. Yeah.
Fantastic. It's really important. With Thanksgiving, have you had Thanksgiving? I can't remember the dates and time frames and things like that. Is Thanksgiving gone and past?
Yeah, it's coming up this Thursday.
Oh, it's Thursday, is it? I normally, when my sister was in England, obviously it was a lot easier to keep track of because it's almost like I know when Thanksgiving is because I'm not going to be able to move for the next 2 weeks when it comes to food, you know, because the amount of food that she used to cook, you know, and then obviously we had Thanksgiving and then we had to try and get through Christmas as well. And I think by the time it got to Christmas, no one wanted to go back to work, you know, it was just too much. But, you know, it's how to throw a party, you know, in the American way. So it's absolutely fantastic. But no, I'm glad you get time to yourself, and I think that's one really important part, you know, of a musician's career is sort of taking time to relax. And you know, you've got some great venues out there. I think I've seen on your Facebook page, you know, there's some great venues that you're playing. Has there been anything particular this year where you visited and thought, "Oh, that was an amazing venue"? Where was the best place you played this year?
I'm just trying to think. I think the wineries are always beautiful because sometimes I get to play outside a lot, you know, which is nice. And I do some solo gigs and some with the band. And I am doing this show that's coming up, Brick by Brick, that's December 21st in San Diego. And I'll be playing a stand-up drum kit. And I'll have a bass player and a guitarist with me. That's going to be a fun one. You know, it's just going to be sort of a scaled-down version of everything, you know.
Fantastic. Okay, so we're just over halfway in the program now. We're coming towards the end. But what I want to do is play another one of your songs, and then we'll have a bit more of a chat. So the next one that you sent me was a bit more chilled out, mellow version, but I actually love it just as much. So Give Your Love to Me. Tell me a bit about it. Where did it come out?
That one came out some years ago. We were in the studio with Rich, and Stephen Hodges was playing drums on that one. And I remember he and I just looked at each other, and it just seemed like we heard magic somehow, just with the way he approached the rhythmic addition to that track. And so I always remember that one as the magical track, I call it.
Fantastic. We've all got that one magical track. I think on my ones, I've got like one or two magical. I think my fiance is listening in the kitchen. I'll have to say it's hers. Okay, that magical track is hers, definitely, you know. It's the one which gives me the most no, it's not the one that gives me the most revenue anyway, Adrian. It's your shit Sunday evening. Let's carry on. Anyway, Give Your Love to Me. Let's play it for the audience. Let's see what they think.
That'd be good to see.
You need. Don't be afraid to open your heart. When night falls, we can hang our hopes and dreams on the stars. Give your love to me. Give your love to me. You hold the key to my heart. chase away that lonely feeling. I miss your touch so much. If you ever leave me, oh, leave me. Give your love to me. Give your love to me. You hold the key to my heart. Your kiss is so sweet in the moonlight. Feel your lips on mine when we're apart. Stay with me forever. You have my heart. Give your love to me. Give your love to me. You hold the key to my heart. Oh yeah. Give your love to me. Give your love to me. You hold the key to my heart. To my heart.
Amazing, beautiful song. Absolutely great song. Love it, Kate.
Thanks, AJ. I'm glad you do.
I do. And I'm sure the audience loves it as well. I think they're going to be listening to that going, that's a great song. Absolutely great song. So next year, 2025, what we got to look forward to?
Oh, let's see. More recording, more live shows. And I'm not sure what else yet. I guess that's part of the adventure, is not knowing, you know?
I think it is, isn't it? It's not knowing. It's a busy diary. Is it all stacking up already?
Yeah, it's getting there. I'm just trying to figure out. I'm working with a new social networking guy, so he's always coming up with new ideas, you know, for things to do. And I guess we'll see where it takes me. You know, I met up with this guy who's really a cool guitar player. You know, it's funny. We met in at the beach at La Jolla. We kept missing each other, and he was hanging out on one side of the park, and I was on the other. Then we finally met, and he said,
In the middle.
yeah, he said, I'm standing between the two trees with the guy playing Frisbee. And that's the first thing he said when I arrived. And then I couldn't find him. And he said, I'm still at the same two trees with the guy who's still playing Frisbee.
How long had Kate? How long had you left him there? It sounds like a long time.
10 minutes. and then
Oh, bless her.
we're going to have a private, you know, rehearsal and meet and greet behind, you know, this sort of it's like a maze. So we sat in there. Then the next minute we look at all these Japanese tourists are coming in to listen. So that was my meeting with him, and he's going to be playing at the Brick by Brick show on December 20th.
Oh, wow. Brilliant. Excellent. It sounds like you had a great time, but it also sounds like you've got some great things coming up in 2025. So in terms of your music, where can we all get to know more about your music journey and find your music?
Well, if you go to Kate Russell, 2 S's, 2 L's on Spotify, Apple Music, it's on a lot of platforms, YouTube Music, Amazon, UK. Let's see, if you go to katerussell.com, that will take you to the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/KateRussellMusic. And there is an email sign up there. So we are collecting a lot of emails at the moment. So if you'd like to join in with that, that'd be very much appreciated. There's a button, I think it says sign up for the list. It's on the front page of the website. And let's see. Yeah, I think that's about it on terms of...
Fantastic. We will all find you, and we found you on your Facebook page, and we're going to find you on all your other pages as well. Your fantastic music. And I do wish you very, very much luck for 2025. And thank you for your time with us here at One Life. It's been absolutely fantastic getting to know about your music journey over the last couple of days, reading your bio, fantastic bio, listening to your music, getting to know some of your stories as well. I think the tractor one, that was absolutely great. I love that. But, you know, in terms of your music journey, it's been absolutely fantastic. You played with some great artists, you know, and you've got an amazing music career. And it's been a real pleasure. So, but is there anyone particularly in sort of like your music industry or family friends that you want to say thank you to in terms of those who've supported your music career?
Yeah, there is some people that have sort of hopped on board again recently. I have a very dear friend of mine from my college days. His name is Gene DeLisa. He's the CEO of Rockhopper Technologies. He's been such an amazing help to me just, you know, in the last few years. So that's one person. And also Wayne Halper, who's my entertainment lawyer. I wanted to thank him for all his help and guidance. Yeah.
Fantastic. That's lovely. Okay, Kate. We are going to bring this evening to a close. We have got the amazing Paul Austin who's coming to the show. He is the lead singer of the VIP suite. He has been on One Life before, but he's decided to go solo for 2025 to do a project of his own, and he's already got some rocky music. He's a bit of a rocker himself. Okay, so he's coming on the show Monday to tell us all about his new single and his music journey for next year, because it's quite exciting for him. And you know, it'd be great. He comes from Manchester in the UK. So we are looking forward to welcoming him back to One Life on Monday. So if anyone's around on Monday, come and see us at 7 o'clock, are live on air to come and meet Mr. Paul Austin from the UK once again. And we'll see how his new journey is going to go. But thank you very much, everybody who's joined us. Please make sure you give to the Daniels Association. Check out their website. Check out what they do. And it's been an absolutely fantastic with one, the only amazing Kate Russell over here. Take care, Kate. It's been lovely to have you on the show.
Lovely to meet you, AJ, and I wish you all the best with your music too.
Thank you very much, Kate. Take good care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.